Hello my dear student, myself Amit Upadhyay and I am going to teach you your favorite subject English. So as you remember in our last class we have gone through a very beautiful chapter, The Tattered Blanket, and we have seen that how a son forgets his mother but her mother still looks forward to watch his son, and the love for his son is never lasting. So let us go through the glossary of the chapter. So we will see some hard words that we have came across in this chapter. The first word is thinna. The word thinna means a sit out. It is nothing but the elevated place in the veranda where we can sit. Next is futile. Futile means unsuccessful. Next word is huddled. Huddled means head, arms and legs close because of fear of cold. Head, arms and legs because of fear or cold. This is the meaning of word huddled. Next word we have is we have a word called reluctantly. What does reluctantly mean? It means not willing of doing something. Not willing of doing something. Next word is screwing up eyes. Screwing up eyes. Screwing up eyes means narrowing the eyes to look more carefully. Narrowing the eyes to look more carefully. Next word is on toes. On toes. It means busy or ready to work. So, I hope you got the meaning of these words. Next, we have a few more words with us to go through. After that, we will be going through the exercise of the chapter. The next word says mumbling. What does the mumbling means? Speaking unclearly and quietly. Next word says exasperatedly. The pronunciation is exasperatedly. What does it mean? It means very annoyed or very irritating. Next is Kesari Yogam. What does Kesari Yogam means? It means well settled. Well settled. It is a Malayali word. Next is tattered. Tattered. Tattered means torn or spoiled or useless. The last word we have is irritation. Irritation is, I think you know the meaning of very well. Annoying. What is it? Annoying. So, this was the glossary of the chapter. Now, we will be moving to the exercise of our loved chapter, the tattered blanket. Now, we will be having to answer a few questions. Excited? Yeah, me too. Let's get started and see our first question. The first question says that, why didn't the mother recognize Gopi? How did he feel? The question is, why did not the mother recognize Gopi? How did he feel? So the question says, why didn't the mother recognize Gopi? How did he feel? So since we know that the Gopi's mother is very old, she is, I guess, 83 years old, and now she is having a lot of memory loss. At the same time, she has lost her sight as well. So, she cannot recognize the people. The same thing happened with Gopi. When she couldn't able to look at him, she just asked, who is that person who has arrived? By seeing that, Gopi did not feel good as he expected that his mother will recognize him as soon as he reaches the door, but it did not happen. That's why Gopi did not feel good. Let's go to the next question. The next question says that why do you think Gopi did not get anything for his mother? So, the reason was very simple. Since we know that Gopi did not came to the village for seeing his mother. Instead, he has came there to attend a business meeting. While on the route, he thought that he can go to the village while returning home and talk about his share in the property, and he can sell it to get more money. It was not his emotions that made him to visit his village. That is why he did not bring anything for his mother. That is only the reason he did not brought anything for his mother. I hope you understood this answer. So let us move to the next question. The next question says that the mother could not remember Gopi. The mother could not remember Gopi. Do you think Gopi remembered his mother? What does it suggest? So, the mother could not remember Gopi. Do you think that Gopi remembered his mother? What does it suggest? So, as we were going through the story, we came to know that the Gopi's mother is very old. So, it's quite obvious that when a person becomes older and older, he or she slowly loses its memory. At the same time, its all the senses gets faded. The same thing happened with the mother of Gopi. That is why she was unable to remember his son Gopi. But what about Gopi? Did he remember his mother? No. Since last 5 years, he has not replied even the single letter written by his elder sister Kamla. He has always tried to give an explanation that I have a lot of work to do, I am quite busy with my family and my work, that is why I don't get time to write a letter. This shows that the Gopi did not remember his mother. his mother asked him to bring a blanket since his older blanket has become spoiled. But he was such a person that he did not bring even a blanket for his mother. So we can say that the Gopi's mother forgot Gopi because she was quite old, but Gopi did not remember his mother. It shows that Gopi is not at all having any of the feelings for his mother. Instead, he is very greedy and very selfish person. So, this is the answer and explanation of this question. Let us move to the next question. The next question says that, what is meant by the expression the tattered blanket? What is meant by the expression the tattered blanket? So, in this story, the mother of Gopi asks Gopi to bring a new blanket for her since it's very cold in the village and if she catches the cold, it will take really long time for her to recover. That's why she demands a blanket from Gopi. So, as the tattered blanket, that is nothing but the spoiled blanket, is of no worth, that is, it is no more useful for us as it cannot protect us from cold. In the same manner, the Gopi also thinks that the mother who has become quite old is of no worth in his life. So the meaning of the tattered blanket is nothing but the spoiled blanket or the torn blanket. I hope you have understood this, and let us move to the next question. The next question says that why didn't Gopi answer his sister? Question, do you remember your Amma? Why didn't Gopi answer his sister's question? Do you remember your Amma? Do you remember your Amma? So, the question says, why didn't Gopi answer his sister's question? Do you remember your Amma? So, before this question, there is a conversation taking place between the Kamla, who is the sister of Gopi, and Gopi. So, the Gopi says that even my Amma doesn't remember me. How does it show that she loves me? So in return, the Kamla asks him a question that, do you remember your Amma? The Gopi was speechless, as he knew that it was the bitter truth. Since the last quite many years, he did not even ask their wellness. Coming to the village and asking for their wellness is a far thing. He didn't even respond to their letters. So how can one say that the Gopi loved his mother? Seeing that and realizing it, that his sister is putting this question in front of you, which is non-answerable. He doesn't have answer for that question. That is why he did not answer his sister's question, that, do you remember your Amma? Let's go to the next question. The next question we have with us is, if you were Gopi's sister, how would you respond to his behavior? How would you respond to his behavior? So here it is asking us to imagine ourselves at the situation, at the position of Gopi's sister, and we have to decide that how we should behave with Gopi if we would have been at the place of his sister. So now it's time for us to think about it. So what might be our behavior in that situation? Since the Gopi has behaved quite carelessly and quite selfishly, so even we can also think in that manner, and we can also show him the way he has done to his mother and sister. But this is not a good thing. This is against the manners. Instead, we would have tried to show Gopi his mistake and must been given him a chance to rectify his mistake. So if we would have been at Gopi's sister's place, we would have given Gopi a chance to recall his mistakes and to rectify it. This is the explanation of this question. Let us move to the next question. The next question is under the section vocabulary. As we know that the vocabulary of a human being is very important when he or she is learning a language. What is vocabulary? Vocabulary is nothing but the words that we know. So how better you can speak or write or understand a language depends on how more you know the words, how strong is your vocabulary. So we always should practice and add new words to our vocabulary. And the same thing we are going to discuss and to do in the next session of our learning. So Now, what do we have in the vocabulary section? Fill in the blanks with the most appropriate words. Fill in the blanks. Let us see what are the words that have been given to us. First is irritation. Second, huddled. Next, awkwardly. Next, futile. The next word is vacation. The next is reluctantly. Next is exasperatedly. Exasperatedly. Right? And the last is mumbling. So, what is our first sentence over here? It says, all my attempts to make him happy proved blank. All my attempts to make him happy proved. So, what is the most suitable word over here? So, irritation, huddled, awkwardly, futile, vacation, reluctantly, exasperatedly, and mumbling. Which is the most suitable word over here? Yes, we know that it is futile, which means unsuccessful. So, what is going in this blank? Futile. So now, what is the meaning of the sentence now? All my attempts to make him happy proved futile, that is unsuccessful. Now, next sentence. The second sentence says that it was very cold. It was very cold. So I dash in a corner. So I blank in a corner. So, what is the most suitable word in this situation? As you can see, huddled. Huddled means keeping our hands and legs closed when we feel cold. So here, the weather was very cold. So what is the suitable word over here? Huddled. So I huddled in a corner. So we will go through the rest of the exercise in our next class. Till then, I hope you have understood the today's concept of our class and everything that we have gone through. Catch you in the next class.